Most delivery drivers expect two things on the job: heavy boxes and barking dogs. What they don't expect is saving someone's life. Todd Holland, a Navy veteran turned UPS driver, thought his day would be as ordinary as a Tuesday morning coffee. Drop packages, wave to customers, repeat. But sometimes life hides a turning point in the most ordinary moments, and this story starts with something incredibly small: an empty porch. Todd had been delivering in Ashe County, North Carolina for years, long enough to know people by name, their dogs by bark, and their porches by habit. And one porch in particular always stood out. An elderly man usually waited there, smiling and waving every time Todd showed up with a package. They never talked long, but routines create quiet friendships. And when Todd arrived one Friday and that porch was empty, something in his gut stirred. Now most people would shrug and move on. Maybe the guy went to town. Maybe he was visiting family. Maybe he was just inside watching television. Todd told himself the same thing. He placed the package down, nodded to the empty porch, and drove away. But here's the strange thing about instincts. They don't leave quietly. That thought followed him all weekend like a song stuck in his head. And then Tuesday arrived. Another delivery. Same address, same porch. But this time something was different. The package from Friday was still sitting there, untouched. Now imagine seeing something like that. A package sitting for days. No movement. No sign of life. That quiet doubt in Todd's mind suddenly turned into a flashing alarm. He knocked on the door. Nothing. He knocked again. Louder. Still nothing. Then he tried the doorknob. It turned. Now most people would stop right there. But Todd wasn't just a delivery driver. He was a Navy veteran trained to notice details others ignore. And something about the silence inside that house felt wrong. Very wrong. He stepped inside and called out. No answer. But then he heard something else. A dog barking wildly in the backyard. Not playful barking. Alarm barking. Todd moved down the hallway, heart racing faster with every step. And then he saw it. A shape on the floor, at the end of the hallway, an outline no one ever wants to see. The elderly man had collapsed. Todd rushed forward and dropped to his knees. For a terrifying moment, he thought he was too late. Then suddenly, the man's fingers moved, weakly gripping Todd's hand. Alive. Barely. Todd immediately called 911, explaining the situation while trying to keep the man conscious. Paramedics arrived quickly, and when they heard the full story, even they were stunned. The man had been lying on that floor for 7 days. 7 days without help. 7 days without food. 7 days hoping someone would notice. Doctors later said he likely wouldn't have survived one more night. Think about that for a moment. One delivery, one instinct, one decision not to ignore a feeling. That's all it took to save a life. Todd later told other drivers something simple but powerful. Sometimes we're the only people certain neighbors see all week. The delivery driver, the mail carrier, the FedEx truck. And that means something, because sometimes being observant isn't just good service. Sometimes it's the difference between life and death. Today, the elderly man is recovering. His dog is being cared for. And Todd still drives the same route. But now every porch, every package, every quiet house means a little more. Because sometimes heroes don't wear capes. Sometimes they drive brown trucks. And sometimes the smallest instinct can save someone's entire life. If this story reminded you that paying attention matters more than we think, stick around. There are many more incredible true stories waiting for you.